Welcome to Digital Asset News. My name is Rob, and today, just the thumbnail and title suggest, I think we have to start asking the question, is Ethereum the runaway winner for L1? And if we take a look at some things that are going on, it's making the case that Ethereum is really just running away with it. So let's just jump right in. So this was a story that came out on 12th. This was last week, and didn't really get too much coverage. And I thought it was kind of surprising because Ethereum hit 500,000 validators. Let me say that again. Ethereum hits 500,000 validators. And I thought it was just pretty amazing that if we're taking a look and trying to find decentralization and just to see for adoption and where Ethereum is going, especially with the Shanghai upgrade coming up in end of January, earlier March 2023, which will allow people to unstake their Ethereum. It looks like things are just not slowing down. And this is what's happening. So this is a quick story. Just so you know, a validator must deposit 32 ETH, which right now is $45,000 to run a dedicated staking node on the proof of stake blockchain. And there's a difference between a validator and a node. You can have multiple validators within one node. I mean, you can have hundreds, theoretically thousands of validators within one node. But I just thought it was interesting that they had so many different validators out there able to do this. And decentralization, the article states, is a little more difficult to analyze as many validators are run by the same entities like we just talked about. Reports show that even though they have 500,000 validators, they're only spread across 11,400 physical nodes in 80 countries. So before everybody starts to talk about, well, it's really truly decentralized and it's really out there. I mean, it's more decentralized than a bank. I think we can all agree on that. And it's more decentralized than many different cryptos that are out there, but not the most decentralized. But that's not the point. The point is they have so many different people which are staking on it. They're running validator nodes. So if we think that this Shanghai upgrade is going to crash the system, I don't think that is the case, as we see more people pouring in to stake their Ethereum. And that just got me thinking, I'm like, well, there's 11,400 nodes, right? Just a physical node, computational mining or power of a computer that is in a certain location. They have these different nodes running a full or partial node throughout there. How many does Bitcoin have? Because Bitcoin is, of course, we say is the most decentralized. Right? I took a look and it's 13,561 nodes. And this is from BitNodes. I linked this in the description. You can check it out yourself. And if there's some inaccurate information, please let me know. But we're looking at BitNodes as far as the nodes that are running the Bitcoin blockchain. Through all the nodes in the entire world, there are 13,561, and we've got 11,400 physical nodes for Ethereum. And those nodes are running 500,000 validators. So I just thought it was something interesting to note about what is going on. I don't say that it is the ultimate winner and everything's going to be. I just have to ask the question. So let me know what you think about that in the comments section. Then moving on, this was also interesting as we move forward with what's going on with Ethereum. MetaMask partners with Lido, Rocket Pool to enable ETH staking. What does this mean? So a beta version of MetaMask staking has been made available on the MetaMask app. You can convert, this is for Rocket Pool, their staked ETH or RETH back to ETH through MetaMask swaps. As staking can be a complicated process, MetaMask hopes that its latest update can become an entry point for people interested in staking. So I actually looked into staking, very complex. I wasn't going to do it. That's why they have so many different validators out there. But what this means essentially is if you wanted to set it up, you have to set up your own validator node, like we just took a look at. You have to lock those 32 ETH away. In the beginning, you didn't know when it was going to be unlocked. Now it looks like it's going to be March 2023. But now you have an option to use, instead of running your own validator node, you can use something like Rocket Pool, and you can use a MetaMask wallet to designate to Rocket Pool, and it can be anything, and you can start staking your ETH. So I don't have an affiliation with these guys. You can find them on yourself. I'll link in the description. It's not an affiliate link. It's just a link to them so you don't get scammed. At least you can go and check it out. But this is how much they have staked, 355,000 and 2,000 node operators. You can do a stake plus run a node or a staked ETH. And again, you can deposit as little as 0.01 ETH and receive the liquid staking token. And these are your different rewards. So Sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds great. If you take a little bit, wow, I don't have to, lock up my Ethereum. This is going to be fantastic. But you have to understand, for everything that you do, there is risk. There's nothing that is totally risk-free in any of these investments, especially in crypto and digital assets. So think about this with smart contracts. So this is going to have a smart contract. And of course, with Rocket Pool, the platform may contain bugs, or it could have some kind of vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hackers or people like that. You also have custodial risks because you're giving this up. You are having them do different things for Rocket Pool. And of course, if they experience financial difficulties, then they can become insolvent. And then, of course, there goes everything that you have staked over there. And then also you have the node risks, which they run on, with Rocket Pool, network of validating nodes. And if a malicious node were to, gain control of a significant amount, then poof, there goes everything that you've staked over in these different places. So they do sound awesome at first when you take a look at it. You're like, oh, that sounds pretty good. But just be aware that there's risks in everything before you get involved with it. And just because it sounds too good to be true, usually means it isn't. But let me just think about that. And then just moving on to our last story. That's pretty interesting. Friend of the show, Paul Barone, he had covered an interesting topic about Wire. And he talked about how Wire was going to collapse and it could bring down a lot of problems with the crypto market. And just to give you a little timeline, on January 7th, Wire said it would limit customer withdrawals to 90% of their asset balance. Really what it is, we should really tell you what it is. So Wire was founded in 2013. It provides a payment infrastructure for crypto apps and supports services like custody wallets, transfers and swaps, KYC onboarding, all that type of stuff, right? And on January 7th, they said this: crypto wallet providers MetaMask and Brave announced that they would end support for Wire and warn users not to use the service. Founder Gianaris told employees in an email to brace themselves for the fact that they'll need to unwind the business over the next couple of weeks. And earlier this month, it was believed Wire would be shut down because Bolt Financial didn't go through with their $1.5 billion deal to buy the firm. And it looked pretty shaky, quite honestly. But, sometimes we have to take a look at, there's some potentially good news, and this is what happened. In an about turn, crypto payments platform Wire secures the funding. And they came out and said, hey, look, good news. We received financial from a strategic partner, don't say who it is, that allows us to continue our normal course of operation. As a regulated financial institution, we're proud that we're able to continue delivering our services in a safe and sound manner without pausing withdrawals. We're going to lift that 90% withdrawal limit effective immediately. So, hey, look, things are going good, right? We've got crypto in the green. I don't know how long it's going to last. We've got some good stories coming over here. We've got Ethereum with their 500,000 validators. And I just try to bring these stories to you just so you can see that things are going on in the background that are positive. Not everything's negative. There are some concerns out there that I have: macro environment, wars, also with the problem with the Fed and their Fed rates. Who knows what it's going to be? Inflation, and of course, a lending recession. So just give you a little bit of balance, but that is what's going on. So let's go ahead and sound off in the comment section. And lastly, just as a friendly reminder, the Sweat Coin January challenge is underway. Very simple. Link in the description. Go over here, download that app, and it's free. Walking is free. Tokens you get are free. And here's your prizes. All these different things like Ledger, Token Metrics, Coin Ledger, Tencent, bunch of different things you can check out. And you go all the way to number 30. And we just updated the leaderboard today. And if you go to that website, you can see who is leading. Again, just download the app and you can go and start it up. If you don't see yourself, you can always go here to be added manually, but you have to download first. But let's just take a look real quick of who is winning. And here's January 9th. We've got hardcore analysis up top, something in Meyer, blah, blah, blah. And today, the 16th, looks like some new, hardcore analysis is still up there with 795,000 steps in 16 days, which I did the math. That's like 25 miles a day. I've reached out to hardcore analysis to see exactly what he's doing to rock 25 miles a day. Haven't seen a response. Maybe he's a mail carrier. I don't know. Jersey boy and down the line and all the way to number 30, just 240,000 steps. So again, this is underway. This is what's going on. And since we got a January's resolution, I thought it'd be good just to make a little crypto, get some prizes, and maybe get in shape. But that's it for today. So look, If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. A lot of things we talk about are time sensitive. But that's it for today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.